To the United States, protests have erupted across the country over the acquittal of Kyle Rittenhouse, a teenager who had faced charges including homicide. Authorities in Portland, Oregon declared a riot on Saturday night after demonstrators began breaking windows and hurling objects at police. Protests elsewhere, including New York City and Chicago, maintained relative calm. Rittenhouse had stood trial for shooting two men dead and wounding another at racial injustice protests last year. Hendrix Brandy reports from Kenosha, Wisconsin, where the case was heard.
Anger filled the streets Friday night in places like Brooklyn, New York, a case that sparked heated debate and passion across the country for more than a year now, produced more of the same from those who supported and opposed the Kenosha jury's decision.
They knew loud and clear that the masses of the people did not want Kyle Rittenhouse to walk free, and they ignored us.
Immediate sickness. I was immediately sick. I started sweating. I shed a couple of tears. It's sad. It's sickening. It just gives people an excuse to kill people. It sets a precedent. Anybody, you claim self-defense, you get off in America. Period. That's how it is. You claim self-defense and it's done. You're clear. You're clear to go. No matter what you do, no matter who you kill.
The scene here is really about the right to defend yourself, regardless of your age. I don't think it's limited in any way to his age. It's everyone. If someone attacks me, I don't have to die before I can defend myself.
The verdict came on the fourth day of deliberations. 18-year-old Kyle Rittenhouse was found not guilty on 5 felony counts. It was August 2020 when Rittenhouse came to Kenosha after unrest broke out in the city following the police shooting of a black man there. Carrying a semi-automatic weapon to help protect businesses from being looted, he shot 3 men during altercations, killing 2, he claims, in self-defense. Some called him a vigilante.
Every day I wish that I could come home to him and unload some of this weight that's on my shoulders, but I can't because he's dead. And now this system is telling me that nobody needs to answer for that. And I have a problem with that.
Rittenhouse, who testified on his own behalf during the trial, insists he acted appropriately.
I mean, there's riots going on. They're moving around at night, destroying property. He's a concerned citizen, and as a matter of fact, by law, he does have the right to do that.
The self-defense argument also figures prominently in the trial of 3 white men in Georgia. They're charged with murder in the death of an unarmed 25-year-old black man, Ahmaud Arbery, who they chased down while he was jogging in a neighborhood. The defendants say they feared for their lives in the February 2020 encounter.
I was thinking, all right, he's going to try to get in this truck, or he's going to try to attack me or my dad, or who knows what.
Closing arguments in that case are set for Monday. Many worry the success of the self-defense argument here will only embolden gun owners to take their weapons into the streets in the future. Armed civilians, they argue, have no right to shoot people in response to dangers they've created. Despite the raised voices and scattered damage elsewhere on Friday evening, all has remained calm here in Kenosha. But 500 Wisconsin National Guard members are ready to move in if protests do occur at the county courthouse and things get out of hand. Hendrix Brandy, CGTN, Kenosha, Wisconsin.
U.S. President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump are weighing in on the controversial verdict. Biden told reporters on Friday that he didn't watch the trial, but that the jury system works and should be respected. In a written statement, Biden later expressed dismay at the verdict. Donald Trump, meanwhile, praised the acquittal, saying that most people are, quote, happy with the outcome. We spoke with Rick Petrie earlier. He's with the Mitchell-Hamline School of Law, where he's Director of Diversity, Equity and Inclusion. And we asked him how the process played out leading up to Rittenhouse's acquittal.
I think there's a couple of things at play here. One is the law in Wisconsin. Once he raised that self-defense as an affirmative defense, it created a kind of a double burden of proof for the prosecutor. What I mean by that is now, not only did the prosecutor have to prove each element of each of those charges beyond a reasonable doubt, but the prosecutor also had to prove that it wasn't self-defense. So that makes it doubly difficult. The other thing that seemed to be odd about this particular case is this judge. been around courtrooms. I've tried a number of homicide cases. Been in the legal system involved one way or another for nearly 25 years. And I don't think I can ever recall a situation where a witness is called to the stand, especially on behalf of the defendant, and the judge asked the jury to applaud for the person. The context here was that it was Veterans Day and this person was a veteran, but that seemed to be very unusual. Why? That just seemed to be I don't understand why the judge did that, and a number of other things that this particular judge did just didn't seem to make sense.